We are acknowledging in May Mental Health Awareness Month, emphasizing the need to take care of ourselves as well as one another in today's society. The world has experienced a tremendous amount of change in the past 2 years. Multiple pandemics, COVID, social racial reckonings, all intertwined with horrific mass shootings and natural disasters. How do these incidents contribute to our mental well being? As early as the 1920s, psychiatric epidemiologists began to document how social environments contributed to the development of mental disorders. And in the 1980s, epidemiologists shifted their policy focus to the early identification and prevention of mental illness in individuals. History recalls the 1920s introducing a lot of change as well. Cultural revolution, social and racial, the rise of a consumer oriented economy, and big business. As we take a look at 2022, we must take seriously how we promote and engage in positive mental health strategies for ourselves and our employees. Within the 8 hour or more workday and the 40 hours or more work week, business leaders should strategically plan how to help employees navigate and cope within their social environments to be well and be safe. Access to and navigation of employee assistance programs, EAPs, speaks volumes of your focus on quality of life. Creating environments of open communication, creative work shifts, and employee driven engagements allow employees to attend to their mental health needs. It's called belongingness. Kimberly, what insights are you sharing about mental health awareness?
Thanks, Twiana. Belongingness. I love that word, and it's so needed in our world today, especially in the work environment. How serious do you take your mental and emotional well-being? Are you tuned in? Are you periodically taking a deep emotional inventory? I recently became engaged to a wonderful man, and my life will positively change. I will be moving to Northern California from Southern California. In addition to becoming a wife, I will become a mother to his two wonderful boys while managing a family and household. I'm ecstatic. Yes, this is an extremely positive time in my life, and I just am extremely happy. However, coincidentally, 4 months ago, when I began spending 90% of my time up in Mill Valley with my fiance and his family, I also began experiencing severe headaches, sinus pressure, exhaustion, debilitating runny nose, etc. After visiting an ENT specialist, she informed me that I was a great candidate for sinus surgery. I chose to look at other options. I decided to leverage other resources. I sought the help of a professional. I came to realize that my past experience of abusive, non-trusting, and unprotected relationships are triggering a fear factor for this healthy, loving relationship. My burying and not truly feeling all of my programmed innate fear and emotions that have been triggered from my past are manifesting this sinus disease and all the symptoms associated with it. What we emotionally refuse to feel, our bodies will reveal. That evening, I decided to take an Epsom salt bubble bath and to sit with my thoughts. I mean, really sit with my thoughts and truly feel my emotions. In no time, I had tears streaming down my face. And it became very, very clear to me how much I'd been suppressing over this past couple of years. And it was all coming to the surface in this past couple of months. Miraculously, the next day, I was feeling 90% of myself after releasing all of those emotions. My energy was back and my head was nearly clear. I did not realize how much I had been burying and refusing to really truly feel, and how that was manifesting in my physical symptoms. Those 30 minutes of allowing my true emotions to surface was monumentally healing. What are you not feeling? What are you burying or running away from? Again, what we do not express emotionally, our bodies will reveal physically. When was the last time you took a deep emotional inventory? Matt?
Thanks, Kimberly, for sharing that very powerful story. And I'm so glad we're talking about this. From a mental health point of view, this month has been pretty tough for me too. We experienced a mass shooting in Buffalo that's impacted me very deeply. I'm horrified. The shooter was inspired by ideologies of replacement theory and eco-fascism. It seems that some who are going to have an anger-based emotional reaction to the climate crisis will be targeting those who aren't like them. And here we are in our roaring 2020s, 100 years after the rise of fascism in the 1920s, led by Mussolini in Italy. This is truly a horrifying echo from the past. So how do I process my feelings about the horrors of mass shooting and climate change? Firstly, I talk about it with sympathetic friends, which is one of the reasons I'm so grateful for both of you and our ability to have these important conversations. I also take long mountainous hikes with friends to work out these feelings, getting both a good conversation and a great workout. Also, I've joined a rock band. I find that immersing myself in learning and playing music helps me process my feelings. When I'm playing with others, I become so focused on the music that it gives my mind a healthy escape from my anxieties. We all need to acknowledge that we live in a time of extraordinary stress, and these stresses are impacting our emotional health. Please take the time to be aware of how these stresses are affecting you. Learn some techniques that will help you identify your triggers, like we discussed last month. Take measures to manage your mental health. We've mentioned a few here: conversations with sympathetic friends, exercise, playing music, and taking a nice bubble bath. That sounds great. Seek professional help if you start feeling overwhelmed. Importantly, be kind to yourself and be kind to those around you. Thanks so much for listening.